Okay. I have the wrong name. Actually, it's fine. It's fine. Oh no. It's still on mute. Oh my god. It's on mute. Are you gonna play on the server? There we go. Heard something. Oh my god. Wow. Straight up. I knocked everything out from 2 days ago. Why is there a deer at my... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I'm doing it. Oh. Oh. That just happened. Okay. Cyber, well wait, no, not Cyber. Hydro. Hydro, I had to back everything up from 2 days ago, so... Your thing is not there anymore. Your tower's not there. Alright, join the server. Alright, I have to screen. I missed my second screen. Because remember everything got destroyed? I said I would have to back it up. That's why I forgot to do a backup yesterday before the other guy came and destroyed everything. Luckily you have created one. Oh no! Did that guy just fall in? Great. Oh, I lost all my stuff. Back away. Back away. No. It's dark. Hydro, join. Where is Jake? It's not the game. He said he would be. The cat's in my room. There's a cat in my room. You're stuck. I just trapped you, cat. I didn't grab the thing. Oh, I did. There we go. There we go. Okay. I hate that cat. He's yelling too much. Oh, there's a spider. Oh no, that's the cat. I found something cool. But you have to join the game, so. YouTubers. Let's go. Finally. Jesus. Come on, join. I know you're in the chat. Join. Oh my god. Creeper doesn't want to join. Yep. Sorry about that, Hydro. Did you really just get killed by an Enderman? I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm joking. I joke too much. Come on. There we go. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Security Peps MC. Oh, that's Puppet. How are your enchants gone, Hydro? My enchants are fine. I still have my enchants. Yo, Puppet. Puppet. And he just went on mute. You said your enchants were gone. Oh, your armor. Don't kill. I need food. Fine. Wait, where's Puppet? I'm gonna go find Puppet. Puppet, where are you? I should just TP. Didn't do it. Where's Puppet? These guys are so Bonnie! Tessie Bonnie! Bonnie's staying in the archer tower, you know? Get here. Boom. Stare at you in your eyes. Where's Papa? That's what I wanted to do in the first place. No, hi Puppet. How are you all the way over here? Did you see the castle? You don't... Did you get a bed? To sleep, son, you don't... Oh yeah, there is... Okay, fine. Glad there's no witches. I haven't seen a witch in like ages. I'm joking. Probably like a day. 3. I hear zombies. Stop. Going in. Get out. Get out. Let me fix that. Get out. No puppet. Here, come here. Why do you stand at an angle? There's rooms over here. I hear zombies. I don't know why. Alright, it's getting late a little bit, so I need to make a clock. That's what I need to do. Oh, you know what? I know what I need. Okay. No. Bonnie, come here. Oh wait, he's coming. Dungeon type of thing. anything under there? No, it's just... Okay. Puppet's having fun upstairs. What are you doing? Intro. Okay, just gonna hack. Actually, food. That's what I need. That's what I was trying to do in the first place of the people choice. Cannonball. I like that. It's game night time. Ah, the button's gone. That's what was missing. I think there's something missing. What? What the hell? Who did this? This is survival mode, Doc. What are you gonna build? How's that gonna work? Okay, fine, whatever. Why is Papa tall? Wait, didn't he have like a puppet mask on? Where is it? Oh, no, not going in there again. Yes. Oh, shot the spider. Oh, he's probably just standing there. He's gonna get killed by a zombie or something. Upstairs to my room. Upstairs to my room. What's Bonnie doing? See what Bonnie's doing. Get in my room. Oh, I got it. Oh, give him peaceful.
First one, this first section, this is from 5-1. And this was the one where all you have to do is inspect the systems to figure out if there's no solution, one solution, or infinitely many solutions. So this is the inspection kind of questions.
Oh.
So I think the main thing to have with you when you do the test is, and I would practice these problems first if you haven't. You should have this done by now. It was assigned on Monday, and you guys had plenty of time to do it. But just in case you didn't, I would encourage you to do this and check your answers in the red resource folder first before taking the test. But when you do take the test, here's some good notes to have. So for example, oops, that's too big. Make that skinnier.
Can't mute them. Try.
If something has one solution, that means slopes are different.
Here we go. Oh my god, bro. And this skeleton doesn't know how to look up. It's off. What are you talking about? It's off. Hydro, it's off. Oh, my mic? What's wrong with my mic? It's messed up.
force yourself to be disciplined. You have to take the time, even though it's going to be a nice sunny afternoon. You have to take the time to get out a piece of paper and write this down and actually go through the process. If you do that, it takes you, 5 minutes or so, but then you'll for sure get it right. Otherwise, you'll stare at it, you'll try to guess, you might move things around in your mind, and you're more than likely going to make a mistake. So if you just take time with this test, you'll do well. That's why I'm giving you not just the afternoon, but the weekend, because I'd rather you take a long time and write each equation out and do it properly than race through it, because truly that's just a waste of your time. Don't do that to yourself. Okay, so we want it to be in y equals form, but it's not, because we have all this junk over here on the left, and we have this -5 in front of our y. It doesn't look like this. So we have to move these x's over to the other side. And that just requires you remembering some of our tricks that we learned for solving equations. Just subtract it off. Now, if you do that to the left, though, you have to do it to the right, or your equation is no longer equal. And then the other mistake I've seen over the last couple of weeks is that people take 50 minus 2x and they call it 48x. You can't. You can't combine things unless they're like terms. It's really weird. It's kind of like fractions. You can add and subtract fractions if you make a common denominator, and you can add and subtract variables if they're like. But you can multiply and divide fractions even if you don't have a common denominator. And you can multiply and divide things even if they don't have common letters. So it's kind of maybe one way to remember it. And you can always put in numbers and prove that to yourself if you ever want to. I'd be happy to do that with you, but that's not something to do right now. So I'm dividing everything by -5 because even though this says subtract, remember subtracting is like adding a negative. So when we bring this down, it's getting closer to y equals mx plus b form, but it still has the -5 being multiplied by it. So to get rid of it, we always do the opposite. We're just going to divide it out, and we get y equals -10. And this part's really tricky. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and that fraction, 2/5, we could make it a decimal, but I'm just going to leave it 2/5, because honestly, all I'm trying to do is compare slopes and intercepts. So I'm going to go ahead and be really, really careful and write it exactly in y equals mx plus b form. Sorry, there we go. I forgot it's a negative. See that negative right there? I almost missed it. And now I can compare them. Now I can see that m is actually 2/5 and b is -10. So if I go to my inspection notes, what do I see? I see that the slopes are different. So I'm done. It doesn't matter that the y-intercepts happen to turn out to be the same. Every once in a while that happens. As soon as I see that the slopes are different, I know right away that this is one solution. These lines, if I graphed them, they would cross. And in fact, they'd actually cross at the y-intercept -10. This is like one of those kind of rare and unique situations. And why is it one solution? Because slopes are different. So on this whole first section of the test that you're going to do on Savvis Realize, the inspection notes are super helpful, but you have to know how to do this part in purple. I think this part in purple is the trickiest part. But you guys, if you've been doing your homework, it's not going to seem that bad. Like if you did the maze problem way back when, if you did your 5-1 additional practice on the Savas Realize homework, if you did your graphing homework, you had to change things to y equals form a lot to graph. So you've either been doing your homework and are prepared, or you're not. If you haven't been doing your homework and you're scared you're not prepared, well, I kind of understand, but it doesn't mean all is lost. You could really take the time to print this out and do all the problems really well on it and check your answers with the answer key in the red resource folder and still have a good chance at being successful on the test. So everybody has a great chance of doing really well today, as long as you're willing to put in a little bit of work. So that's one section of the test. That's our inspection section. And then there's the second part where we graphed stuff. So we spent some time graphing things and seeing where they crossed. So in order to be successful on this section, you kind of have to remember how to graph. So I'll go over those steps for you very quickly here. So the first step in graphing is kind of the same as the first step in inspection. So let me go ahead and remind you though, this is all from your 5-2 section of your book on graphing. Each one of these is a different math standard, and so each one's worth its own academic grade. Okay, so when we did graphing, we had to remember to do this first. And you don't always have to do this, so I'm putting a star by it. If necessary, rewrite in y equals mx plus b form. Because if it's in this form, it's really easy to graph. You can plot the y-intercept and you can start from there and use your slope. If it's not in this form, you need to do it. And you just saw an example on the first page of how to do it. Okay, so then the second step is plot B. That's your y-intercept. Okay. And then the third step is use slope from the B. Don't just start anywhere on the graph. Start from your y-intercept. From B and plot the other points. And you kind of want to plot enough points to have a full line. I'll bring this down here. Sounds like somebody's mic is having some feedback issues there. Might want to mute it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's Damien's. Got it. Okay. Okay. So, when I say use the slope, what I'm talking about, remember, is the rise over the run. And just remember that if the top part of the y-axis, like when you go up, that should be positive numbers. And when you go to the right, it's a positive. When you go down, it's negative. Whoops. And then when you go to the left, it's a negative. So let's go ahead and plot these two lines as an example, because they're already in slope-intercept form, so we can just go ahead and get started on it. So the first thing is we're supposed to plot the B. So the B for that first equation is -8. See? -8. So I put a dot down at -8. And then I'm going to use the slope to plot the other points. So for example, my slope is 2. So that means I'm going to go 2 over 1, right? When you have a slope that seems like a whole number and you're not really sure what the rise or run is, you just put it over 1 because 2 divided by 1 is 2. So it's the same number. So that means I'm going to rise up because it's a positive 2. I'm going to rise up 2 squares and run over to the right 1 square. And I'll make a dot right here. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And I just keep going, filling in as many dots as I can fit on the graph. And then what I want you to remember is, and hopefully if you have this printed, you're doing this at the same time as me. If you don't have it printed, I hope you're taking notes of some sort to help you, or typing on your document or something. Okay, so imagine that it's -2 over -1. That's actually also equal to a +2. So you can actually use this one also. It's also a good one to use. And watch how it works when you use that one. When you use that one, you're going to go down 2. Because of this negative, you're going to go down 2. And to the left towards the negative x's, 1. And you'll see it's going to complete your line. And now you can just go ahead and put the line in. I should have made this one come down a little bit longer. Okay, so that's one line. So the other line, -3x plus 7. So this one was line A. So -3x plus 7, same thing. It's already in y equals mx plus b form, so you just go and plot the b. And then the slope this time is -3. So with the slope of -3, it's going to look like this. And again, it seems like there's only a rise and no run, but you can put it over 1 and get a whole number. So that down 3 thing, though, is what that negative is showing you. So you want to go down 3 for the -3 part, and then over 1 towards the positive x's, because the 1 is positive. So down 3 over 1. Down 3 over 1. And you can see right there is where it's going to cross. Down 3 and over 1. Down 3 and over 1. And we could actually have gone the opposite way too, just like before. And then when you go ahead and you draw your line, and we'll go ahead and we'll label it. And now we can see right there is the solution. So we should have known there'd be a solution because our slopes were different. 2 and -3 are different numbers. That means the lines are going to go at different steepnesses and even in different directions, since one's positive and one's negative. So they have to cross somewhere. And that one place where whatever these lines represent in real life is equal is at 3, -2. So there's going to be 5 questions on your Savas Realize test that have to do with graphing. And this is pretty good notes to have with you to be successful on that. So the only thing left that we haven't gone over. Oh, and be careful, right? Because look at this second one. These aren't in y equals form. So before you can graph these, you have to change them to y equals form. So always be careful of that. These problems are problems where you actually have to write your own equations before you graph them. So seashells y is y and x is hours. Okay, keep going. All right, so last but not least, we have this section on substitution. And there's going to be regular old plain ones like this, where you just have to do the algebra. And then there's going to be these word problems. So let's do a word problem real quick, and then you'll have plenty of examples and notes, and hopefully feel like you can start the test at 9:30. If you're cohort B and you want to wait and come to school and do the rest of this packet and then do the test over the weekend, I totally understand, and I'm fine with that. If you're cohort C, I think you should do this packet and check your answers in the red resource folder before you do the test. It's up to you. You guys are kind of on your own these days. It's hard for me to know how you're doing unless you check in or call me. So feel free to check in and call me this afternoon, and any afternoon, actually. I'm starting to get better at answering calls in the afternoon. It's hard when there's people there, but I'm starting to get better at it. And today will be more easy because there's going to be a lot of kids doing the test. So you should be able to get a hold of me this afternoon if you need help. But I would encourage all of you to do this review before you take the test because it makes the test so much easier. All right, that said, let's do this problem here. So we got Nikki bought 50 shirts. Designer shirts cost $17 each. Plain shirts cost $5. Spent a total of $502. And then in the end is always where you find your variables. Sometimes they'll tell you the letters they want you to use, like in the book homework. And sometimes you have to make up your own letters. So for example, this one does not say what the letters are supposed to be. So you have to decide what the variables are, but the clue always comes after the words to find, almost always. So the number of each type of shirt, looks like I missed the of there. So sorry, guys. I got knocked out of my own meeting. Thanks for calling me back in, Ava. Okay, so when it says to find the number of each type of shirt purchased, each type of shirt, that's your clue that that's what your variables are going to be. So, for example, X can be the number of designer shirts. And this can be the number of plain shirts. So that's always step one. You have to define your variables. Step two is you go ahead and you write the equations. So usually you have two different types of information, and we have in this problem, we have quantity information and we have money information. So for quantity, I could say x plus y equals 50. Make sure everybody can get back in since I got bumped out. Yeah, okay, we're still good. Okay. And designer shirts are costing $17 each. So let's say we bought 5 designer shirts. We'd have to go 17 times 5 to find out how much money that was. So if we bought 10 designer shirts, we'd have to go 17 times 10 to find out how much money that was. So in this case, we don't know how many we're going to buy. So we just say, well, however many it is, we'll multiply it by 17. So we say 17x plus 5y equals the total money. Okay. Oops, I forgot I had that in big, thick. So step 3, and this one is also an asterisk one. It's only when necessary. If necessary, solve. But remember, you only have to solve one, not both. Solve one equation for one letter. And you get to pick. You get to pick the equation and you get to pick the letter. So I'm going to pick this one. So x plus y equals 50. I'm going to say I'm going to go minus x and minus x. I'm going to call that x equals 50, or sorry, y equals 50 minus x. Once you have that, that's what you substitute in. You take that and you put it in the second equation where the y was. And that's step 4. So on step 4, we'll write 17x plus 5, but instead of y, I'm going to put 50 minus x equals 502. You see, I replaced this y with what I found out y to be. It's kind of just like what we did with the shapes. You're just replacing shapes with the value that you find them out to be. Here you're replacing letters, and even though it's an expression with another number and letter in it, you're still replacing it, and you've made it a lot easier to solve the problem because now you only have one variable, x. And that means all the rules that we've learned over the course of the year for solving equations are legal moves to make. You can now use all those to help you figure out what x is. So I'll just rewrite this first part, and then I'll go ahead and I'll distribute the 5 to everything inside. And I get 250. And then 5 times what? Remember, there's an invisible 1 in front. 5 times 1 minus 5x equals 502. And then I have to combine like terms if there are any, and there are. So those two together equal 12x. The plus 250 just gets brought down. And then I work on the side of the letter. Luckily, the letter's only on one side. Sometimes you have to move the letters over to just one side. But This time I don't, so that's a nice bonus. I get 12x equals 252. Getting really close now. Just have to divide for my last step. It's almost always the last step.
Fleming is eating.
And I get x
and
equals
Boots,
21. So that's almost the whole problem, but remember, we do have to go back and find the final letter, right? Step 5 is use your answer from.
Are you kidding me right now? You was my
step
trivia
4
song. How could you
to
say
find the other letter? So I'm going to take this x equals 21, and I'm going to put it up in this equation right here. So I'm going to write y equals 50 minus 21, and I'll find out that there's 29.
But there's like one of the people missing.
So you just have to then be careful to make sure you call them the right things. 21 planes, or 29 planes, and 21 designer shirts. And that's it. So if you have not done this review yet, you really need to print it and do it, or open it and do it on a journal page and check your answers in the red resource folder to make sure you're on track. If you have done it already, then hopefully you're taking the test right now. If you're coming to school today and you want to finish it in school today before you do it, that's fine. I can have some hard copies there for you. And that's all, because it's time to go. So I hope that helped. Remember, your test is on Sabbath Realize.
Why are you asking?
You need to be doing that. I'll put it on Schoology as a little reminder so you won't forget. And that's all. I hope you have a great day. I'll see some of you later. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. We are playing the... You probably didn't realize that I was crying, but okay, bro. Did you not get it? I was crying. You know why I cry? Because emotionless. I lost a lot of emotionless. And the other person probably want to try to... Hey, you puppet! My curious son, did you not hear what I just say? No, if you're crying, then you have emotion. Oh my god, I've like a lot of emotion. Sad emotion, love emotion, happy emotion. Bruh. I lost love emotion. Bruh. Okay. Directly TNT. When my son is still mute. My interior son. Puppet was actually my interior son. Yeah. When there's a... Okay, there's a... I built a bigger PvP between... Fleming is eating for some reason. How should I explain it? The server got griefed. How should I roleplay on my server if this get griefed? Everything gets deleted, actually. Oh, come on. Why are you sending me now the IP, guys? When I bid also like... Okay, I lost... Okay, okay, there we go. Okay. When I can finally make HD skins... Finally, after all these years... When I was sitting over 1 hour to figure out how this works. And there's a place, a new place. You know there are waypoints, right? Damn boots. There are like waypoints. Yeah. If you come down. I feel lonely. I think I'm going insane. Oh, watch out. Oh, flaming. I got. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Fair.
There are like.
Just like annoyed
There are
face.
like puppy. Okay, I built like the most of the stuff alone. So.
Let's hear from more
Watch out.
people. 1 to 9. Which floor
like
are you
snow.
today?
It's kind of like, you know, for some reason, kind of like snow biome. Cripper, want to join this? Are you kidding me right now, puppet? Are you really
Okay.
shooting me?
Oh my goodness, so many 2s. I didn't know 2 would be the most popular, but okay. A lot of like annoyed, bored,
Wow.
stoic.
When I've
I like
actually
how some of us are
potions.
2 in 1. The 8, that looks to me like one of those
Hey,
like
damn
fake
boots,
smiles.
do you
Like,
want to try the potion out?
yeah, today's fine, but maybe actually not.
You don't know what the potion does. I've
I feel
a
that.
lot of
I think
potion,
right
so
now I'm feeling it
I
a
don't care.
1,
Watch
which
out
is
for
this
flying
like
effect.
chill, kind of scrummy looking Thor.
If you know. Oh my god!
All right. Well, good to know where we're at. Yeah. Luckily for you, for all of those of
I
you that
have,
feel like you're at a 2 today, or that feel like
I
you're
have
at a 6
barbecue
today,
sauce.
today's class is going to be
Insect
super easy and super
potion.
straightforward. So, hey,
Glow
yay for
potion.
easiness.
Speed
Um,
potion.
And today's
Sugar
afternoon time will
bottle.
also be super easy and
And
not
monkey
take a whole
potion.
lot of time. So, today,
And
folks,
he
we are,
disappeared.
well, we're going to take attendance as always. We're going to
need
read
that
the
flying
3rd
cup.
issue
I
of Miss
need that
Marvel.
flying potion.
Yay,
Where are you?
we're like at that halfway point finally.
I'm at.
We're going to have a really short discussion about the 3rd issue of Miss Marvel.
Okay. Oh, you're still
Just
flying
like
up.
the way that time worked out
Give me
today, we're not going to
milk.
have a whole
Give me milk.
ton of time to talk about it.
Milk.
And the questions that we'll talk about aren't in your OneNote. So if you don't get a chance to chime in to our class discussion, you'll just write down your response
Flying
there.
potion.
And then
It's like
I want to have just a short
Asian potion.
talk at you session about what's happening this afternoon. So that's what's going on. And if you could please
It's the same.
unmute yourself and tell me that you're here, that would
Alright
be
then.
lovely.
Let's drop all the potion
Simon.
down.
Here.
Will. Oh, Will is in the lobby. A
Don't ask how
dipper.
many potion I have.
No dipper today.
One
Isaac.
potion.
Here.
Oscar.
Here.
Jack.
Here.
Wow,
Damien?
these are a lot.
Zach.
Yeah, it's
Here.
kind of weird that
Greta.
I'm the only one that is talking again. The only one. I feel lonely.
Here.
Sebastian.
Here.
Taha.
I see you had
here.
a kill potion.
Adele. Gwen.
Here.
Of course, there
Emma.
was like a person. What was
Here.
his name?
Talia.
Oh, this was.
Here.
Like,
Dylan.
he changed to Grim Time. Something
Here.
with Grim Time.
Chloe.
Here.
Ace. Here. Griffin.
Time grim. Something with grim time.
Jeevan.
Something like that. Grim time Foxy.
Here.
I think.
Tova.
Here.
Aaron.
I remember that he gave me a lot of
Elise.
potion.
Here.
And then there was more
Avery.
people that gave me more potion.
Here.
Elsa.
Here.
Grim.
Here.
Julius.
Here.
Marie.
You should just
Here.
join the server. Then
Simone.
we both a lot of.
Here.
Gabby.
Here.
You know that I make more worried about
Here.
something else,
Okay.
right?
Cool. Thank you. So
Because of Viper's side,
yeah,
someone
okay.
to
I
hack
think
me.
there's
That's
been a
the
lot
first
of
thing.
issues. I've been having so many issues with Teams and with Wi-Fi. So hopefully,
missing all
that
the
just like
fun.
resolves itself. Sorry about the mics thing. Yeah, Simon.
And there was also another place in the PvP.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the
don't
potion
know.
doesn't work
I
like
didn't even
this.
notice.
Right
When
did
here,
that
right? You
happen?
have to use the dispenser
I just noticed that.
like that. You have to use
I
it.
wonder if that's
Maybe.
in all classes, or like they got too many complaints.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe Teams was like, "Oh, yikes, people hate
Oh,
this."
no.
Okay,
What you
we're
gonna
going
do?
back.
You use the
feels so
kill potion,
tiny
you're
now.
dead. This is what I can tell.
You already got used to
Wait, are
it.
you
It was
planning
like
to
only a
kill
couple of
Flame
days.
Me?
Okay.
You missed.
Well,
Was
so
too
what
far
we're gonna
away.
do first today, you guys, is read Miss Marvel. I would
Maya
recommend
and
that
Dragon.
you read
Well,
on
just
Hoopla
Maya
as
and
always,
Dragon.
right? Just because the quality on Hoopla is so much better than
Well,
the
I have
quality
actually idea
that's
how
on
to kill.
OneNote.
Okay,
Okay.
he just.
So I'd recommend you log into Hoopla
Okay,
and
never
read it that
mind.
way.
They both
And I think
killed
it's from
themselves.
page 45 to page 66. But if you can't access Hoopla, the story is still on OneNote. You're gonna have to go to Content Library, and there's a lot of tabs right
Okay,
now
let's
just because
fly
of
him in the sky, I
the
guess.
tic-tac-toe. But you'll click Content Library. You'll click Miss Marvel, No Normal. Click Issue 3, and the whole thing
Right,
should be
anyway,
there.
I guess Flaming
I've
is flying
also
forever
uploaded
up.
a recording to stream, so if you just want to listen to it, you can listen to it, and
My
I'll
God,
copy
the
and
problem
paste
is
that
wait,
in
are
the chat.
you on
Fair
server?
warning,
We
I
are,
recorded this
we are
one,
on my interior.
and I'm not as good of a reader as Miss Sterling, so if you got
Kind of
really,
flaming because he's flying forever in the sky.
I don't know, if you really enjoyed Miss Sterling's rendition of it, sorry, you're stuck with me for issue 3.
And I lost Dan boots.
Okay, so that's that.
He's not on my
I'm going to put a
cutting board.
timer
He's
on the
gone.
screen for 15 minutes. So you've got 15 minutes
He
to
is
read
at
the
a
third
different plot, I
issue.
guess.
If you finish early,
Now
then
he's back.
you can click on today's page, so the 513, 514 page, and answer the 2 questions, or at least begin answering the 2
I love
questions.
these
We'll talk about
potions.
them later in class, but yeah, if you finish
Uh-huh.
early, you can take a swing at it.
When there was also
Okay, if you have questions,
No,
drop
this
them in the
people-
chat.
This was actually
Starting
the potion
the
what my
timer
ex used
now.
on my
Let's go
interior that
read.
got banned. Because they thought he's hacking. And I need to find out new relationship. Oh yeah, watch out that the staff member don't see it before. Oh, the tunnel, the old memory coming back. I remember there was like a secret place, but I don't know where it was actually. It was somewhere here under the ground. I can make it better. Ah, there. It's getting closer actually, the secret. Aha! I found my secret place. A lot of stuff are really old. I was like joining the first time actually. And there's puppet. I'm not really building that much because I have to do like other stuff. Because a lot of people want to make my life terrible. Well, actually, I know a person that like to do PvP, and this will be Tails. That's your next friend. Okay, this is... Okay.
Back.
Oh, come on now, my mom is texting me. Ah, she's asking me if I was outside. Of course not.
Can't stop the party. Yeah. Wow, what the frick? Chat, so many items.
Oh my god.
Flashbone. 3 years later.
Why is she sending me pictures?
Yeah?
Camping or what? Can my mom not leave me alone? I guess not. I'm gonna pretend that I like it, kind of. And there's she! That fire me up, kind of. Oh my freaking god, my mom is every time texting me. Alright, anyway, there was like a place that I did not show at all, and you're kind of just texting me, so. Can you not leave me alone? It's a puppy. Okay. Probably Scott. If you look through the glass, it becomes darker. Yeah, I'm using a texture pack, so yeah. The zigzag, of course. Oh my god, finally, she's just say bye. No! Why did I type it wrong? Wow. Time to go back to... Wow, wow. The most lazy son ever that I ever have in my entire life. He cannot spend time with his family or what? What kind of family is that? Kind of like a dad family. Like a dad family. This is how it feels like. Watch out that you will not get broken. Boop, boop, boop. When my eyes is okay, you need to hurry up. The boots. Now two stuff at the same time or what? Wow, two stuff at the same time. Right. When the first thing is not done. Okay. Right, there we go. Alright, anyway, let's go back to spawn to the waypoints, I guess. I don't need to stop. Okay, I don't want to know why the person. Fleming! You're mute.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, what the? Are you really having music on?
Yeah.
Where do we stop?
Oh, sorry. I probably should have put that in the chat. If you're on Hoopla, it's from page 45 to 66.
I'm sorry.
And where's now Dan Boots? Okay. Okay. So anyway, if you come... Okay. Join... You know that we have other stuff to do. But... What the heck are you... Oh my god, he just... Okay, rip. Dan Boots. Yeet! Well, I guess a lot of people are bored. Anyway, everyone come to spawn, I guess. There are a way to get this potion into the lobby. Yeah. And there's a... Who is Flame?
I'm here.
Is that your up account?
That is my original.
No, Flame.
What? Oh.
And Lipo left. Oh, no. Damn Boots left. What happened to him?
Huh?
Damn Boots left the VC. Also, I left Discord. I can't hear anything anymore. Alright, anyway, guys, go to the PvP. 3,000. Okay, there. Oh my god. My son really just go to the people. This is the new PvP. Oh my god, Flaming is now coming. Flaming.
Yeah.
Move your butt.
Okay. Wait.
PvP really simple. And then there's the other room that I was kind of building for myself. You don't want to know what the sea are, do you? With these sad flags. The bisexual flag!
Okay.
What? And then next to you, dark face. They're kind of like more on the side on the flag. He's running away. Did I really break my microphone on my phone? Alright, let's make it more insane. Care potion. Okay, I want to see if Flaming is brave enough to attack one of my son. Wait! Hey! Puppet! Throw a kill potion on him. Throw on him a kill potion. Throw out. Aww! He left. Get back here, Flaming! Kitty cat? Oh yeah, I get it. You are a kitty cat.
I'm a wolf.
For me, the more player mod of glitch, you are a kitty cat. But I have to reload skin again.
Probably.
My furry. Okay, there we go. He's waiting. Flaming, he's waiting for fun. Come on, go for him. Go to my Tibia, son. You want to end you.
Ah. Wait.
He's waiting for you.
Who's that? Yeah.
Aww. Is he scared? Scared.
Hey.
Wow. Use the kill potion. Easy. Obey. The best way to cheat on my Tibia, actually.
Wait, how far are we supposed to read?
Soon I'm checking for something.
I put it in the chat. From 45 to
Stanbut's even
66.
joining back, actually.
Okay.
Oh my god, Flaming! Are you kidding me?
How much time is that? Okay.
Okay, go ahead, react to the thumbs up if you managed to finish that third issue. Okay. All right, so if you didn't finish the third issue just yet, you can keep taking a couple of minutes to try to finish that up. But we're going to slowly transition to answering these two questions about issue 3. Okay. The first one is a quote, like, I guess both of them are related to some inner dialogue that Kamala is having throughout the issue. And one of them, she's kind of questioning, what does it mean to have powers, to be able to look like someone I'm not? Will I fit into my old life anymore? And then in the second one, she's like very optimistic about having powers and then gets like interrupted by, yeah. I don't know if I want to say it out loud yet, since maybe not everybody has finished reading the third issue yet. But I want to give us like 2 minutes or so to attempt answering these questions on our own, and then we'll come back together and we'll talk. Okay? So 2 minutes or so to answer the questions on your own. If you need to finish reading, take these 2 minutes to finish reading, and then we'll come back together and talk. Both of the questions, by the way, are in daily classwork, and then today's date, 5/13. Okay. So we're going to get to talking about these questions. I first want to recap, like really briefly, what are some of those major events that happened in issue 3? We could just like, if we were to make like a bullet point list of the things that happened in issue 3, what would we say?
She goes to, I guess.
To mosque.
Yeah, and she's not allowed to go anywhere except for mosque, school, and home, I guess. And she sneaks out, for like a second and sees Bruno and then runs away. I guess runs back to them.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So she does sneak out to Circle Q for a second, but Bruno's there and she's like, ugh, and turns around and leaves. Okay. That was our first major event. Other major events, Simon.
Well, like, I can't remember her name now, but she became famous because she got rescued or whatever.
Oh, Zoe.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I really like that moment actually in the story when I like that it opens on that news event. And Kamal's like, oh no, no. So good. Yeah. So he gets on the news Okay. After the Zoe News thing comes out, after Kamala goes to the mosque, she goes to school, right? Goes to school, and she kind of like is experimenting with her powers and destroys the locker room by accident. Destroys the locker room. And so she gets detention, and this is yet probably another tension that's going to be placed on Kamala and her parents. And then at the very end, what is kind of like the big, almost climactic thing that happens in this issue. What happens at the very end of issue 3? Sebastian.
She gets shot after trying to stop the convenience store robbery that like wasn't actually like a robbery.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. So Kamala gets shot after trying to stop the Circle Q from getting robbed, but it turns out it wasn't even a real robbery. She might have rushed into that one a little bit too quick, huh? Okay. So that's issue 3. It was actually, I think this issue is like really exciting. There's a lot of just stuff that happens. We have a lot of like different settings and scenes. And we have just sort of the reinforcement of this theme that has been coming up again and again and again. Kamala is constantly questioning, like, basically, can she be a superhero? Does she have what it takes? And there's a slight variation of this question here in issue 3. Kamala asks, what does it mean to have powers, to be able to look like someone I'm not? What if I don't fit into my old life anymore? Like it's a pair of pants I've outgrown. Would I still be Kamala? What exactly is our main character worried about here? And like, does she even need to be worried? What's she questioning? What is she mulling about? Jack.
I think Kamal is kind of worried that these powers will kind of take over her. And I personally don't think that she has to be worried, because these powers are kind of like anything else in life. You just kind of have to learn to live with them, because she's not going to lose them. She's always going to have them. She might take advantage of it.
Yeah. So she's kind of worried that it's going to change her. And I mean, like, yes, she's a shapeshifter, so it will literally change her physical appearance sometimes. But on an emotional level, maybe she doesn't need to worry so much. Lillian, something to add?
She might feel like she's kind of dug herself too deep, and that she might, like, her personality might change, and she might, like, maybe lose Nakia and Bruno, potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I absolutely think that's true. I mean, like, she almost does lose Bruno when she gets mad at him, although maybe that's not related to her superpowers. Yeah, but she's kind of worried about what sort of rifts will occur between her and other people, which is probably why she doesn't tell anybody yet. Chloe, anything else?
Yeah, I agree that she's kind of changing and she's becoming kind of like fearless and like really confident. And then like that's basically like the opposite of how she was before she got powers. So yeah, she might be kind of scared about like losing her friends and family.
Yeah, I guess there has been a little bit of growth in that area. Like she's when she barges into the Circle Q when seeing the like stick up happen or whatever. This is kind of different, right? Because I think the first time that she got involved in saving Zoe, she didn't rush into that like with all of this superhero confidence. She just kind of was like, oh, someone's drowning. I need to help. But here she comes in, there's like birds flying all over the place. And I love what she says, put the gun down and step away from the cashier. You want to be hipster punk. she's got some confidence now at this point. So yeah, maybe she is changing a little bit. And worried what'll happen. Ace, anything else?
Yeah, she has powers exactly like Elastic Man. I think that's what his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Because her powers are basically just like Elastic Man. Like he can grow and shrink his body, and like change what his body looks like. So.
Oh. Interesting. Is Elastic Man a Marvel superhero?
No, it's DC. So I think
Okay.
they got kind of inspired her off of that. I'm not gonna say ripped off because there's so many superheroes and it's hard to think of ideas. But
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that, and I'm curious to know then, like when Elastic Man was created, because Miss Marvel's a relatively new superhero, right? Like, I think these comics only came out in either 2017 or 2018.
Yeah,
so.
she is.
Yeah, it's Plastic Man. Sorry, yeah, I forgot.
Oh, Plastic Man.
Yeah, but Plastic Man was made a long time ago. I know that.
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. I think there's a couple other like elasticy superheroes out there. Like, isn't there one of the
Elastigirl.
Fantastic Four? Well, yeah.
Elastigirl is incredible.
Yes, there's.
But
sure.
Mr. Fantastic is but he can't change his face and stuff and do that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. I love that. I love that you guys know all of this random stuff about superheroes. Okay. So we don't have a whole ton of time actually to answer this second question because I do want to make sure to not go over time today and also explain what's going on with our afternoon session. So question 2, make sure you answer question 2 thoroughly. I will take a look at your answers later today. And yes, Adele, if you need to head out at this point, that's fine. So for this afternoon, here's what is going on. Today's afternoon is really chill. There's not a whole lot that you'll need to do, which means that today would be an excellent day to try to catch up on any missing work. The gradebook is kind of updated. The last couple of exit tickets aren't in there yet, and the April IRP isn't in there yet, but all the old stuff is there up through the vocab quiz. Okay, so make sure that you check the source, see if you're missing anything. Did you finish the tic-tac-toe board? If you didn't, today would be a great day to finish it. Other than that, the only thing that I'm assigning for this afternoon is to review information about our final project. So we are quickly approaching the end of the year. We're quickly approaching the end of this quarter and the end of this unit. This is our big final bang. And I'm really excited about this project because it's going to be a creative project. Basically one where you get to play to your strengths and do whatever is going to be interesting and I don't know, interesting and intriguing to you. If you are a remote student today, all you have to do is read this document, specifically pages 1 and 2 of the document. If you want to go ahead and read the other pages, you can, but really you only have to read the first 2 pages. That'll give you an overview of what this project is, what the requirements are, and how you're going to go about completing it. Okay. So the first 2 pages is just all of the nitty gritty, here's what the project is. Page 3 is the rubric. Page 4 is a reflection that we're going to write up about our project. And page 5 and 6 are included in the document, but you don't have to worry about that. We're doing page 5 and 6 in person. So don't worry about that. And if you're a 100% remote student, you'll do the brainstorming stuff next week. Okay. So you're only reading pages 1 and 2 if you're remote today. Okay. If you have questions as you're reading, I want you to in the box that's on OneNote, just so that you have a place to kind of keep track of whatever you're wondering. So that when we talk about the project more fully in the future, you can Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. Are there any general questions about this afternoon? Or anything else related to what I just talked about? Okay, sounds good. If you have questions, send me a message. Otherwise, you guys are dismissed at this point. I'll see some of you this afternoon. Have a good weekend.